Hi everyone, so today we are going to finally do the pig, but we're going to start off with the sheep first. I decided to do sheep. I was going through some of my crafting supplies and I found some pom-pom yarn, and I thought, okay, you know what, I'm going to kill those two together in one tutorial, and this way the farm's almost done. So we're going to use some Dollar Tree Jenga blocks. Now this is a box of 72. Total blocks for the sheep will be 122. So just a little bit under two boxes of Jenga blocks. We are going to use the Well Bond. You can buy it at Rona or Lowe's. For anybody that's new, it dries crystal clear and it is non-toxic. So we're going to start off with the body. We're just going to use the Dollar Tree L-shaped ruler, carpenter ruler. So for the main body, we are going to do 11 on a row horizontally, and we're going to need 7 rows. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to glue them. And when I glue them, I don't use the carpenter. I do them when I glue off the camera, just because then I'm trying to figure out a design. So I will glue those on. The next we will do the legs. Now we're four blocks per legs. Now you can either glue them like this, but if you glue them on the sideways where you see the line on the inside, they're actually a little bit thinner, so that I'm just going to show you like this. When you glue them on with the line on the inside, you have a little bit more room between them. And once you do that, while I have this upside down, I'm just going to do it here. While you have it upside down, that's how I would just glue them on. I would not use hot glue when you do a Jenga block, unless you're just gluing something on or something, maybe it just doesn't seal properly. But I don't want to stick my head under the camera. I'd find which way would be, and I would just leave them like this, finding out which a little bit more level. Always try to make sure that your blocks are level on both sides, or you will have a little bit of a crooked leg. And I would just glue them on like such. So when you're ready to glue them, I'm just going to move this one over here, might fit this one better, might fit better. There you go. And then I would leave this for a couple hours, just to make sure they get a solid hold on there. So when you glue the legs on, just do them upside down before you do the rest of the body, and you can flip it over. So the next step we will do is the neck. Now, you need 3s of 2s and glue those on for the neck. I will show you once the face is all put together, then I will show you the top part of gluing them on. So that would be the neck part. And then we're going to do the back, the head, and we won't do the snout first. So you will need 4 blocks glued lengthwise like this on the bottom. And then you will need 4 rows like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you have it like that, then you will put that one right underneath. And then you need 2, and that'll be horizontal. Now this is for the nose, the snout, the front part of the face, excuse me. And then another row of, just 1 row of 3 horizontal, and another row of 2. So if you have seen my Jenga block cow, it'll be like the neck will be underneath here, and it will be sideways on the body. But once I get to the top part of the gluing, I will show you that. All right, now that I have the feet on, it's still gluing, but it's only been a half an hour, so I'm not going to play with it too much. Going to put the 6 blocks, the neck, like this. Now, when I glued the front part of the face on, I went up a little bit, only because the pom-poms are a little bit thick, and I'm just gonna situate it like this, and when the pom-poms are underneath, it's not going to look as big. Now, if you've watched my other tutorials, I usually do the filing and stuff like that. If you're new to my channel, I use just a Dremel hand drill, or else you can use one of the DT coarse file. I need a new one, obviously. A DT coarse nail file that you can find in the cosmetic section. And I'm just going to round out the edges along the side here and a little bit on the head, and probably a little bit around the neck, where just around the top, not on the bottom, just around the top. But I will not do the legs or the rest of the body, because you're not going to see it. So I am just going to glue this on, and I'm just going to show you side view. Hopefully and I'm just going to have it on an angle like that. Once I get those glued on and they're on tightly, I am just going to paint. Now I'm going to do the sheep that has the black face, and the black legs. And I'm just going to use some Dollar Tree black paint for the legs and the head, and the rest of the body, because I'm putting the pom-poms on. I don't want any of the body to show through the brown, and I don't think it will, but to be on the safe side, I'm just going to put a coat around the main body, white, and around the neck as well, so that when I do glue on the pom-poms, that it's not going to show through. So once I get that done, once I get the paint on, then I'll show you the pom-poms and we'll move on from there. Okay, so I finished painting it. As you can see, just the black legs and the head. I did start putting some pom-poms on. I'm going to show you. I already cut some off. Now, I got these ones at Dollarama, and Dollarama is obviously a Canadian store. I got it it's like a dollar store, but it's up to $4. Anyways, I bought this thinking that I might use them for a tail or something on one of my crafts that I did, until I decided that I was going to do a sheep. But if you don't have these, there's also, I don't have one on hand. Dollar Tree has those, it's not a duster, not the duster ones. It's, I believe it's for the floor. And it's kind of like, I've seen people use it for like fun fur, and that would be good as well for my American friends that don't have a Dollarama. So I'm just going to glue them, and I'll just show you here that I just started gluing them. Now for the ears, I just took foam paper. I got paint dried all over my hands. I just freehand, I did 4. I was going to make them thick, but I've decided that I'm just going to leave as is and just use 2, and I'm just going to stick them on the side. And I am going to use just some googly eyes for the eyes. So I'm going to glue these on. I'm just using hot glue, and as you can see, the hot glue works well. And then once I get the ears and the rest of this, I will show you, and then we'll move on to the pig tutorial. All right, so I just wanted to show you the finished product, and I called her Dolly. It's gonna be a girl. I seem to always have boys' names for all my crafts. So this is Dolly. Love her. I think the pom-poms, excuse me, were a really great idea. I added a little pink bow. When I glued the ears on, I just worked around with the pom-poms around it and thought she turned out pretty great. Now, I know I was telling you earlier I couldn't find it, but when I was looking for something for the pig that I'm going to do next, is the microfiber duster mop pad. Now, I would suggest maybe taking this material off, so you probably could keep it on too. I don't know how hard it would be to cut. I haven't used it for any crafts yet. I bought it for something, and I'm not sure what, and that wasn't for the floor. So this is an option. You probably need 2 to cover the sheep if that's what you want to do. Now at the end of the video, I will have them turned upright so you can see them standing right at the end of the video. So now we're going to move on to the pig, and same idea, well bond, Dollar Tree Jenga blocks. All right, so we're going to start with the body, the main part of the body now. So I pre-glued them. So we're going to do, the first one is going to be 11 blocks horizontal. The next row, the next 5 rows will be rows of 12. So 3, 4, 5, 12. Now we're going to put this one right over top of it, centered, as you can see right where I'm pointing here, that it's in the middle. The bottom row is going to be 11. And sorry, the second bottom row is going to be 11, and then the bottom row is going to be 10. So you're going to have it like that. So I'm just going to flip it. The bottom row is the shorter row, 10 is going to be at the bottom. Now the legs, because the pig has short little stubby legs, we are going to do only 2 Jenga blocks. Oh, why is this here? Oh. 2 Jenga blocks like that for each leg. Now when you're gluing it, I'd suggest to glue the body first, then the legs, then the head. Now when you glue them on, glue them where you see the line, not this way. Reason being is, I'll show you right now why, especially when you're just using a width of 1 block. Now if you glue them with the width, the line in the middle showing towards you, as opposed to this way is a little wider than this way. So I'm just going to show you here. Now you can see the difference in between the width here as opposed to here when you do glue them. So it looks more, it doesn't look like their legs are so close together like it's one big chunk of a leg. So at least you got the little better space than you do here. And then anyway, so I would just glue them on like this, and I would leave them, depending on what glue. I would not use hot glue. I think I've said this in the video earlier. I would not use hot glue on Jenga blocks. They don't seal properly, and I don't find, depending if you put anything outside in using hot glue, they're depending on the temperature. If it's too hot, things can fall off. And if it's too cold, it's going to fall off. The hot glue is not going to keep. So just bear that in mind. And if you do use, guys, E6000, please wear a mask in a well-vented area, because if right on the container it says toxic. All right, so once we have that glued on, I'm just going to flip this back sideways. We got the neck. So the neck is only horizontal 2 and 2, 4 blocks. And when I do glue it on, it will be somewhere in the middle like such. Now, I'm just gonna move this over. So we'll do the top part of the head. Now there is 8 blocks, 2 rows, a row like this, 2 blocks, and you want 4 of them. So that will be 8 blocks like this. The front part of the, well, bottom part and front, I guess you want to call it part of the nose, you want 3 blocks times 4, 12 blocks, and it will sit, and you will glue it on like that. Now there was many different things that I was thinking about when I wanted to do for, many things that I wanted to do for the snout. So I just grabbed some wood, natural wood slices that you can get at DT. And if you only have 1 or not, I mean, you could use 2 Jenga blocks, and you could file them more circular, more rectangular for the snout, or you could add 1, or you could add the 3 and glue them like that. Let me get these glued together and we'll move on to the next step. All right, so I didn't glue on the head yet. I realized when I was putting it together and showing you how to glue, I'm not gonna re-edit, and I'm not gonna change the whole blocks. I actually wanted the blocks to come over this way a little bit more, but that's fine. So I am gonna add an extra block, so the pig will come to 124 blocks. So with the neck being there, I'm going to add a block, one block here, the neck here, and I'm going to have the head on a tilt a little bit to facing towards me. When I put it up here, I just find that I didn't like the cut of it. That's just my personal preference, because it was supposed to be moved over here and there was supposed to be one added, I believe, here. It was supposed to still have this, but for some reason, like I said, it's been, I've already had a busy week and it's only Tuesday. So I am just gonna add one here, the neck there, because pigs really don't have neck. The only reason why is because I wanna put something around his neck after, just something small. And then I will tilt the head on an angle like that. So I did wanna show you that before I glue that on. So once I do glue that on, I am, if you're new to the channel and the rest of you guys know about the filing, I just use, I have a little hand drill and I'm just trying to dig it out here. I just have like this Dremel hand drill, and because I'm not adding any fur, anything like that, I am, or if you don't have a hand drill, you could just use, from Dollar Tree has these coarse nail files. I just want to take the edges, just the square edges, and make them a little bit more round, and it's just much easier. Same thing with the head and all that. Like I said, if you just have nail files, that's fine. You don't have to, but I really like just adding the little extra on my craft. So once I get this on and glued on, I will show you and we will move on to the next step. All right, now that I've filed it and just sanded it around, I actually did the sanding and the filing around the nose on the wood cookies, and I also drilled some holes in it. If you don't have a drill, that's fine. You could always use some stickers for the nostrils and stuff like that. I was able to drill holes just using my hand drill and just some drill bits, and started off with the smaller ones and went bigger just so it doesn't crack. Now, I'm not sure what color I want to paint it. I want to do more of a lighter color. Dollar Tree has the cotton candy. I'm going to try probably that. If I don't like it, I might go to the fruity one, Tutti Frutti one. But I really wanted to do this one. I'm not sure what it's going to turn out like. So on pigs, they do have teats. If you've watched my cow tutorial, I'm going to use the exact same thing, which is a dinosaur. Males and females both have them. You can just cut into, I just show you here, you can just cut into the dinosaur. I just used a sharp knife. I am just going to cut it out. It's a little bit playing, and if I use it under the camera, I'm going to have to stick my head so I can see how I'm cutting it. And I'm just going to cut it out. You don't have to do this. Like I said, it's just another step that I'm going to do. I'm going to cut out the part here, and then I'm just going to probably hot glue it. But from Molly, my cow, it did come off with the hot glue, so I might just well bond it. But I might paint it first and then put, actually no, I'm going to cut this out and then put it underneath, and then I'm going to paint it all at once. It's pretty flexible. One of my scissors wasn't working cutting it. I found that the knife was easier, but I'll just show you here. It's easy enough to cut with it and try to get a nice straight edge. And I will just put it, well, probably more middle, more to the back as much as I can. So I will try to, let's see if I can use it, cut it here. Oh, this works. I will try to get as much teats, because according to online, it says they have 14 of them. So well, we'll see how much I can get out of this dinosaur, and just to make it even. So I am gonna cut that out and put that underneath. So once I do glue that, I'm gonna paint it, and then we're gonna come to the tail and the ears once that's done. All right, so I did use, I did do 4 coats of the paint for the pig. I just wanted a good even coat. And sometimes if you notice when you're painting, I don't know if it's just with Dollar Tree paint, but I think with any paint, sometimes there's little cracks that open and they don't seal. So sometimes when I do a couple extra coats, it just seals it better and you don't have the cracks in it. Now, once we're done that, I'll show you the front here. I wanted to do a tail. So I had from Ashland, I believe, I just was on top of my Christmas stuff, and I remember having one of these. I just thought these little curly things would be great for, you might find them, I don't remember, DT's ornaments. Maybe you have a Christmas ornament with one of these little springy things. So I just painted it pink. So I will just add it on the back and just hot glue it on. And it does need another coat because I can still see the silver, but I will just hot glue it on like that. I'm not going to show you. I'm sure you guys all know how to hot glue. Next thing, ears. I just used foam board or foam paper, and I cut out different shapes, and I was just playing around with shapes. So I kind of just looked at a bunch of pictures and just Googled it, and I came up with this design, and then I just did a second one, but it's a little bit off in color. So what I did is just paint it, obviously, with the cotton candy paint. So I did one here. So as you can see, you glue it like this. But if you haven't seen all the other Jenga block animals that I've put ears on, some of them, you just put some glue in there like that. And then I just squeeze it. And then I did trim it down a bit, just according to size. And I did angle it. So I did glue it there, but then I ended up cutting it just so that you could get that look like that instead of like that on it. So I will have to cut that, and those will just be hot glued right on there. I'm just gonna let this dry before I start cutting it. Now, if you don't have one of those little ornament springy things, you could also use a pipe cleaner. I have these really fuzzy ones, but I don't have, like, I would have just used a light pink one, because it's going to be, I don't know about painting this. I don't think it turned out really good, but just something like that. If you can find one of the light pink ones. I didn't have one on hand, but just putting it around even like a thin pen and just curving it and then kind of sticking it out would be a great little tail, as you could see. Oops. I haven't decided on the eyes until I put the tail and the ears on. If I'm going to use googly eyes, I'm not a fan of them, but I've been using them recently. I might just go with the buttons. I don't know yet. I'm just going to play around with those ones. And then I thought, just because he's all, I'm going to do some little hoofs, and I'm going to show you that on the next when I come back. I'm going to put these ones on, and then I'm going to play around with the paint, show you that. I am going to add, I used a red one of these bandanas. They come in 2 pieces from Dollar Tree, and I cut one down, and then because it was off, it wasn't printed. Let me show you. It wasn't printed correctly. I found in the corners. I played around with a couple of them. They're not even, they're off. I don't know. I don't know why. So I just cut, as you can see, I already cut it down more like to the point here. And then I just folded it over and I hot glued it. I didn't even bother sewing it. So, and then I'm just gonna, just to add a little bit of color, and you know, you could just tie it on the back, similar to what I did with the pig, or you could, little cat toys they had, you could also put a little bow on him as well. They also had, This one, which was way too big, this big bow, I think would have just been, well, it might have been okay. Just a little bit too big, but I think I'm just gonna go with the bandana style. So let me get those glued on. I'm gonna show you the feet when we come back, and then I'm gonna turn the camera and show you both of them on the upright view. All right, so I just wanted to show you. So I put the other ear on, I put his bandana on. I am naming him Gordie. I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Gordie the Pig. It's a joke in our family. Actually, my dad's name is Gordie, so we always joke about it. I did just use the buttons. His little tail got all wiggled. Not the best paint job. Like I say, being artistic with painting, I'm not the best unless it's a solid color. I just did the little like diamond like hoops, or hooves, sorry. I'm gonna turn the camera now, switch it, and then I'm gonna show you both of them upright, standing up. All right, guys, so here's Dolly. I just turned it on the upright position. You can't use the vertical with YouTube. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of Dolly. She's super soft. I just really love her. She's really cute and very soft. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I am gonna switch over to Gordie the Pig in a second. I haven't already said, if you like my channel, please subscribe if you haven't already. And all the ones that have subscribed, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for all your support. You guys are amazing. I love all your comments. You guys are really encouraging. And make sure you turn on that notification bell so you're notified when I upload videos. I try to do them on every Friday if I can. All right, let me just switch. All right, and this is Gordie. He's finished. I think he turned out pretty well. He's pretty cute. He's like almost like a little piglet. Now, if you noticed earlier, I forgot to mention that I did not put the teats underneath, only because I found the legs super short. And when I did just try it to put it underneath, unless you're eye level to his feet that are super short, you're not going to be able to see them. So I just opted out and I did not put them there. So let me know what you guys think of Dolly and Gordie. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Stay safe and happy crafting. Bye.